I legitimately, like, and I've known him a long time, and I actually don't know.
I just assume he's almost always being sarcastic, because I'd say it's like 80-20, 90-10.
Would you? Okay, I got to remember that thing, because I feel you have a good stand, and I still don't. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Said I did a good job, all right.
But yeah, sometimes he's actually being nice, and you're just like, surely he's being a smartass. Right now.
That's what it feels like.
Well, finally, Dota will be played here, gentlemen. We will see the best region in the world.
Against the best
represented
region in the world.
by OpTic.
Yeah, against the second. Yeah,
playing the other best region in the world, represented by Fnatic.
Yeah.
OpTic need 2, and then they're guaranteed first.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
If they win 1 or 0, then there could be a tiebreaker. It could be Fnatic taking the group. So.
I know they said they were super confident going in this group. They felt like they got like the best out of like the picking phase. Them getting picked because LGD, you know, after MDL, they're like, well, they just don't look that strong. And then they got to pick Fnatic or OG, and I mean. You take Fnatic, it just feels like a group that...
I said no balls.
Peter basically said, like, when we were hanging out in the other room, like, he just felt like it was... his team, they matched up well against the other teams. Not, like, necessarily throwing any shade on the other teams in the group, but just they feel like they understand them, they know how to play against them.
And they also feel like LGD, like, out of all the teams that were top point performers, were performing the weakest right now.
I think LGD is a team that if they weren't a top seed based on the Valve points, teams would have been picking them very early on.
Yeah.
It was Sacred were first picked. I think LGD would have been second or third pick maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that.
They're playing with a stand-in. They've been really shaky, but...
Yeah, Dota's such a momentum game. Like, you see these teams, like, they'll have, like, 2 or 3 huge tournaments in a row, like Mineski, and in this case, LGD, and suddenly it's insane how quickly, like, people figure you out, or, you know, you lose a couple games with your comfort zone, so you become a little doubtful of what you want to do.
Have you guys noticed the new Easter egg here?
What?
Wait,
the bands. The bands are lumps of coal now.
Oh, okay.
Like it. I love the Medusa.
I saw the
coal
graphic.
now. I'm all about that. That's great. God, Medusa.
Oh, she's in there. Whew.
She's in there, yep. So no Medusa, there is Morphling. I've heard other players as well talking that Morphling could also just be a first pick hero nowadays.
First overall, probably.
Yeah, and
I think that's a counter
kind of
for Morphling right there.
A block pick.
It used to be the super counter, right? Because the Spirit gave the
minus armor.
But now that Spirit doesn't give it, it's still very good. That's why, I mean, EG was trying to play it yesterday in the offlane. But first pick Elder Titan?
It's a good 4th position, I think, regardless whether it counters something or not.
I guess it slightly limits your other support a little, but...
Your other support usually has to have some sort of catch now.
Yes.
Like Rubik is usually like a really common pairing.
Like 4-staff's own Elder Titan. Like, we were watching that, just like 4-staff 1 away. Winter Wyver. I don't think you can do Morphling now that AA is still in the pool, though. But who knows?
I mean, BSJ, you talked a lot about like Abed and how he kind of changes the game. Are there any Abed heroes you're like really worried about right now if you're out there?
It's one of those things where you just have to count for all of them, and I don't think like you have to see OpTic's picks first. And since they have absolute last pick on OpTic, they know they'll have a response. So when you see a drafter like PPD, you know that he's going to have an idea of like the couple heroes that OpTic or that Fnatic can pick, and he's gonna try to count for them, knowing that he has a response for whichever one they are. And so, like, usually when you do this, you're going to pick a draft that has a very specific purpose, so you'll just ban out heroes that are good against it. Like, in this case, I think they'll probably start banning out something like a Terrorblade because they picked very heavy physical damage. And I know that Fnatic picks those kind of heroes. And with Abed, I actually think you can't really plan for specific heroes. You just have to make sure he doesn't have one that just trumps your entire lineup.
Gotcha.
Where is Terrorblade? He's been picked once this tournament, hasn't he?
Rubik.
Yeah, I think... the Metamorphosis cooldown hurt him a lot, like even though it's only 15 seconds. I can't tell you how many times in pubs or scrims where I'm just like, hey guys, let's fight, and there's like, or my team tells me that, and I have 5 to 10 seconds left on my Metamorphosis. It makes a big difference when the entire hero revolves.
See you in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, see you in 2 minutes, exactly. Yeah,
I'll be a real hero again.
With the Elder Titan, because he's a 5 that has an instant lockdown, sets up the stomp. And the auras stack, like the magic resistance from passive of Rubik, as well as the spirit from Elder Titan.
Slardar. I've seen Pycat did play in one of the qualifiers as a carry. Just came back to my mind. I highly doubt that.
I think it's dope. I think it's dope.
Oh yeah, you were playing it. Yeah, I remember before you came.
I think that hero's underrated. Like, I was so surprised we hadn't seen him until just this last game, and he looked like he owned. It was a 5-position Slardar, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
Never seen one of those, but the amp damage is just.
We saw it last game, right?
Yeah, you just crushed it.
Ran over him with that.
Yeah, it's so good.
So Fnatic bans the TA, obviously great synergy with the Slardar, really easy to take the Roche. The other hero I was thinking about is Death Prophet. can be good with the Wyvern for the save.
Absolutely.
Good with the Corrosive Haze as well.
It is a good death prophet game. That's a hero that you like to pick fourth when you have absolute last pick. She just does her job. Like, she doesn't, you know, she's not a hero that, even if she gets countered, she'll still be effective in the game. So that's something that OpTic's done very often, actually. They did it at least a couple times in Asus.
What if they just copy Cole's draft?
That's what I was thinking too.
There you go. Oh, the
Clockwork Drow.
There you go.
Yep.
Clockwork's not that great versus Rubik, but
that's true. And Drow, I mean, Drow doesn't care that much. If Rubik is gonna be the 5, like, he's not gonna have that early of a blink dagger. Like, you have no catch for the Drow, really.
That's a good point.
I feel they knew they could get away with the Drow because the Medusa was picked though, which is where
Take a puff.
they could still.
This is still feeling like it could be a Drow, actually.
Definitely setting it up.
I like it.
Abilities are there.
Fnatic.
They want to see probably some Fnatic cores first. You want to make sure Drow's going to match up against the cores on the other side, typically.
They did leave Terrorblade in the pool, so I really looking like as a possibility for Fnatic fourth pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you often want that very high armor hero against like a Slatter lineup.
Underlord. Ooh.
That's just a traditional lane counter versus Puck if they put it in the side lanes. And
Their 5-man is looking pretty scary now with the ET and Underlord.
The 2 combos, yeah, people are dying, no matter what. And now you don't really have the tankiest heroes on OpTic. You have to get some sort of tank. I mean, you're against an Elder Titan Underlord, and you have a Winter Wyvern and a Puck.
that is true. They do need like some semblance of aggression on Fnatic. Something like a DK looks really good too. Like this, even though they have Rubik, you don't want your 5 position to be the only stun, because usually your 5 position either has to sit in the back or can't be the first to run in.
We haven't seen that many. Have we seen any Dragon Knights this tournament?
We did see
we saw one.
on the
We did see
first
one
set,
for
yeah.
sure, because we were commenting on his not taking
Like
the Dragon Blade.
MDL, he was almost an automatic ban or pick.
He lost too, yeah.
Almost every game.
We saw VP win with it because they did the Ramses.
So was it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It won
we've
that
seen
game, and it
twice.
lost the game where he went 150 gold per minute.
Yeah, we weren't too happy with that one.
Love money, but not at the expense of a win.
Yeah, not at the expense of 12 armor and, and 10 HP regen.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I like OpTic's bans there. They really like protect the fact they have this Corrosive Haze by taking out the Omni with GA and the Aphotic Shield.
Slaughter are so hard to play against heroes that don't care if you get Blinkstone amped. So the Abaddon saving the rest of his team as well, not just himself. Same with Omni. So you're right. Those are absolutely great bans.
We used to see like Sven a lot as like if it's like a heavy physical damage strat for the Warcry, but
Ben just
just not sure we're gonna.
Since
see
he's like a worse version of Tiny.
and they have the pucks, so like they don't have to commit to that type of lineup.
They take all their time. OpTic loves doing. OpTic and Cole do the same thing every game. They use all their reserve time on the 4th pick.
I like
You're
Nace as
placing
well here
steps.
for OpTic. I think it's still like if you're gonna pick a hero that's gonna do its job here, that's usually what you want to do in the 4th pick. He's already got Slardar. It's good in lane against Underlord. It's good against Rubik, Elder Titan too.
How much did you play Dota 1?
I never played Dota 1.
So why do you call him Nags?
Because everyone else does.
Okay, that makes
Oh,
sense.
they go the Drow. There you go.
There's the draw.
We're back. That's
This is not quite Cole's lineup, but very
Yeah.
close. The Puckins, they won't have like an SF since they haven't got the SF clock, but
yeah. I like it, man. Puck feels so good with that Drow, or at level 1 you actually do so, like that's the thing.
They nerfed
So
it
much
though.
damage. They nerfed it, but
Yeah.
you just get double null right every
Yeah, I
time,
mean
no
you're
matter
still
what.
hit like a truck on Puck. That hero already has like 60 base damage.
Like one of the highest besides Shadow Shaman.
So Fnatic needs some sort of catch, right?
I think so.
yeah,
Up in your face. I
Yeah,
think
they want like an. I think the Sven actually is better than the Tiny in a game like this.
PL's good.
Baby. You want to hear that runs at the Drow, gets in really close. And
Good
just
against the Corrosive
messes up.
Haze.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, up in your face is more important than actual catch against Drow, because Drow isn't necessarily weak to getting gone on in terms of like stunned. She's more weak to like having heroes in her face so she can't actually attack you.
Right, right.
And that was EG's idea where they picked the Spirit Breaker as a 5 position because they just wanted to be able to run at the Drow.
Yeah.
And really mess with her day.
God,
but-
and that didn't really work. They were so poor on Earth Spirit, and like they got like 6 kills. You're like, damn, this is looking really good. And then like they just had no money, had no items after like 15 minutes.
Yeah. I think that it's more important to get carries that do that than supports.
Nope.
Because your support's always going to be underfarmed, and you don't want supports getting up in Drow's face because they're squishy.
Exactly.
But a PL with items can easily.
I still
get up
like
there.
DK for Fnatic.
Yeah. That seems solid. You definitely want high armor heroes or heroes that can get rid of the haze very easily.
Is DK that bad for OpTic either? I mean, you don't benefit from the
I think
Drow
both
lore,
teams
but-
are good. I mean,
yeah.
DK is good against PL too.
And it gives you a frontliner, right? Like, who's your frontliner, right? I mean, as a Drow, you don't have to have a frontliner, but it's still nice having someone that can...
You want people to at least go in first.
Exactly, and I mean, Slardar, until he gets blinked, doesn't do that.
I think there's a lot of ways both teams can go, though. They can go like the Tinker route type thing that was banned, but like a hero that's kind of hard to get on top of with the Slardar, or they can go like the tanky route, that a hero that doesn't care about getting gone on.
Are you guys still thinking the support Slardarks? They ban out the Lesh here.
I've seen mid Drow, but I think very much.
Does OpTic run Lesh as a core? It's only support.
Yeah.
No,
I've been seeing
CCNC
pick it.
CCNC plays a lot of Lesh, and I think it's going to be like a puck off lane with a mid Lesh.
Yeah, interesting.
But
good against PL.
yeah, I think puck's kind of flexible right now.
Gyro Cop,
that's greedy.
Good against Wyvern, but scary against Slardar. Like he just gets amped and he will build Manta BKB almost certainly.
But it's hard to get on top of him with OpTic's lineup too. Like, he's just gonna be flat canning in the back. What are you gonna do against it? And now, but OpTic, the last pick, CCNC. I know he was the biggest complainer in pubs about like, why does last pick and first pick and all that. he hated that, but.
It's well balanced in pro matches, I think, but the way it is in pubs, like people don't capitalize on the other picks well enough. So the last pick just has some hero that's not.
Well, even with the changes, like first pick isn't that good in. In pubs.
Yeah, in pubs.
Far worse.
The guy's just gonna pick Pudge or carry anywhere.
Ooh.
Well, that hero goes in.
I like Storm.
You like it?
I like it a lot because their only stun is Rubik. And they have the root from Underlord, but that's like...
I feel like we're going to see a lot of baits, right? Like, you're going to have one person just like right when you see Storm going. If you get that pit on him, though, this Storm's going to drop so quickly.
Yes,
like,
he will die very fast because of all the auras and the gyro magic damage. Like, their magic damage is insane.
Yeah, I've seen Underlords go like Rod of Atos, too, if you want to really get that extra lockdown for a Storm.
But PL versus Storm is not that bad for the PL, is it?
Mid game, it's really bad.
It's really bad.
Like mid to late game, because usually at that point he'll just have like a Shivas and he balls on top of you and
everything.
Like what's good against PL is what reveals the real PL like instantly amongst all of the illusions, and Storm can do that once PL's gone in, so it makes it scary for PL to commit to the fight. So it's not necessarily something that PL like dies to. He just like doesn't want to commit to the fight because of it.
It's looking like the mid PL. For Abed, perhaps?
That's a skillful hero.
Yeah.
He's got some outplay potential.
Doppelganger, I'm sure we'll see at least one illusion being run away instead of the real hero.
Definitely on Fnatic to like be up in their face though. They might even do like an aggro tri-lane, safe lane Underlord, and then just keep running at the Drow and the Storm before they get levels and items. Both of those heroes are very level dependent.
I don't know, I just like Fnatic a little bit more, but I hate betting against a Drow lineup because they just like have a good laning phase.
You hate betting against an NA team.
I mean, it's a rival, but yeah, that's
the best region.
I probably would pick. I probably would pick Fnatic here, honestly. If
I like Fnatic.
Excuse me.
I would.
Excuse me.
Well, it's not like it's EG, it's OpTic.
I see you and Peter have had a little falling out.
Yeah, we have.
Sorry to hear about that.
I think the PL could take over this game.
That's my only thing. It's really greedy though too. PL and Gyro. If somehow they win all 3 lanes with Drow Aura, it could just be a 30-minute game.
Okay, I'm retracting my statement. I call OpTic.
All right. Me too. I'm on OpTic. I'm on OpTic.
That didn't take long.
Yeah.
Just watching the flip-floppers over here.
I like Fnatic.
I just feel like their lineup's harder to play on Fnatic. Like, meaning, like, if they mess up once, game over. But if OpTic messes up a few times, they can still win. And that just, with these teams at this tier where they're, like, not quite tier 1, I think that usually favors the team with easier execution.
It feels a very hard game for this Slardar with, like, you don't want to go into a Gyro, Rocket Barrage. PL can kind of counter you. Rubik can instantly lift you. It feels like a tough game for Saxo to get much done on this Slardar hero.
Let's see how it shakes out. The rune spawning here soon.
They are doing the aggro tri-lane safe lane Underlord.
Looks like OpTic caught wind of this because they're sending Drow bottom. They want to dodge. Puck's at the top. Yeah, they scatter this, which is the good news. We'll see if there's going to be any swap from Fnatic.
The double rune for CCNC.
Funny how like heroes like Drow always end up in the off lane nowadays because they just get aggroed. The Complexity did it last series, and then now
both middle start with 200 extra gold. They both got double rune.
Oh.
Yep. And
I haven't seen that.
Pycat the Drow blocking. Wow.
Oh, is he mid?
No, he's not. He's just he was rotating from
He's just being a bro. Wow, what a bro. I'd never do that.
Still, yeah. Well, doesn't look like it. It actually might have been worse, like right on the hill. That's rough.
He's not a mid player.
Never block my creeps again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think this will be a decent matchup. Not really much kill potential, even with like a Wyvern rotating in or anything. But So who comes online when, BSJ? Like when is everyone's best timing?
I think that Fnatic's gonna hit a huge timing with early PL defusal and gyro ultimate, like between like the 8 and 15 mark, and then once they get like one item on Storm, PL's game becomes a lot harder to play. So it's gonna be like turn up the pace, make space for Envy, and then if it gets to this point where Storm has 1 or 2 items and they're not terribly far behind, then Storm could really crush this game, because heroes like Rubik, if they just get Blake stunned, they're gonna die instantly by the Slardar. So they'll hit that timing with that.
Storm 8-1 CS versus 2-3 CS on PL.
Yeah, he's good against melee heroes with the static remnants to keep them off him.
The Lardar PPD lane down here, huh? Drow sitting way back.
This is, I mean, kind of bad for the Drow in the sense you're getting this tri-lane experience, which is not going to get you like the fast level 6 you really want.
Well, PPD going to get pressured here a little bit.
And they got a double wave, but still, they gave up a lot to get that. Underlord's almost level 3 already.
Yeah, Underlord's good against these ranged heroes that don't quite hit hard enough to like make him get bullied out of lane. He's traditionally bad against like the Monkey Kings, the Ursas, these melee heroes that really bully him. Lifestealer's good too.
Now Abed, what's Abed bringing on the chicken? There's no way he's now no clarity.
Some regen.
That's rough against like a Storm. Now you can't lance anymore. You have no harass.
Yeah, PL mid's kind of got some like weird dynamics to it. You want bottle, but then it slows down your progression with items.
Bottle just seems like a big gold segment for mid laners now that you can't bottle Crow. You don't really see the return as much because it's so much harder to get runes in the
Especially the slow ones, like the DK's like movement speed wise, it just takes you that much longer to get to runes. But heroes like Quap and Puck don't mind it.
Might be our first.
Zai has Orphan too. He's gonna be very close, but he's good.
Should be out of there. At least for now. Pilot Die thinking about the pursuit.
This is one of those games I'd show to people. You know the people in pubs who just pick, like, this was maybe a different time. They just pick their safe lane. They're like, I'm going safe lane, I'm gonna farm. Like, you see Zai in the safe lane getting, really, I mean, he's farming, but he could just die instantly.
Yeah, it's just like when they set up the aggro from Fnatic, it's like it's not a safe lane anymore. So people don't realize that it's not a matter of what lane, like it's the safe lane or not. It's what is the enemy, where are they putting their heroes, and that's what determines the safe lane.
The short lane. I guess that's why it's called the short lane.
Yeah, called the short lane.
Yeah. Man, calm.
Yeah, I think the pace of this game will pick up like real quick in the mid game, just because all these heroes are they just need some levels, need some items.
Oh, stop coming through as the just gets
barely.
Meanwhile, mid lane CCNC pretty dangerously low here.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything flying out.
Yeah. He did go for the bottle, which is where like the bottle just does not give you enough regen compared to just buying a couple salves.
Oh, great damage from the Underlord here bottom. Do you guys think they're gonna go for a gank here on the Storm before he hits 6?
Doesn't look like they really want to.
PL's got
They're
no
happy with
mana right
PL's
now.
farm, yeah.
If PL gets some mana, possibly, but
because like they're not really that good at ganking him later.
They're not.
no.
It's gonna be all about the Underlord.
This is one of those games where I think both teams are concerned with their own timings rather than slowing down the enemy timings, because PL Gyro both hit really hard timings, and say with like Underlord's a hero that snowballs pretty quick. He farms really fast when he gets levels, and so I think they'd have to put a heavy investment to shut down the Storm early, so they'll look to do that when they maybe get Gyro 6. But he's in a tri lane or aggro lane.
Yeah, OpTic are gonna leave the Drow alone bottom. Bring 3 up top.
The carry life in this patch.
In some ways, it's more important Drow gets experience than farm right now.
Yep. I mean, they've got 2 big cores that she's supposed to enable.
Yeah.
With the Puck and the Storm.
Who needs boots when you just build Agi? That's what
Exactly. Thanks, Agi Heroes.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Gavin.
I was talking about this with other people. Why did intelligence heroes get so like looked over? Like magic resistance versus like
status
pretty lame.
Status
or move speed.
Like for an intel, it's like it's not even. I don't know. A lot
It
of
should be like spell damage or something.
Yeah.
You're usually low armor and weak to physical damage anyway.
Well, the rotation, like you said,
Pretty low, but yeah, there's the stomp coming through. The lift available. Really nice move there by Fnatic. Look at the Storm before he hits 6.
Yeah, CCNC was a little aggressive there. I think he basically was like making them prove that they're going to rotate like that, because they did that in response to what he was doing, not like proactively.
It's a pretty like efficient gank. They didn't really spend too much time going for it. So
right before 6, like you said they should. Worked out perfectly.
Yeah, good call there.
I see the future.
too. But now, man. And now the PL sword to kill too, because he has the stat items Aquila as well as Wand. Tanky. I don't know you kill him either until like Gust.
Oh, they will need Slardar Blink or a very farmed Storm Spirit to kill PL.
Or I guess a Puck Blink.
Well, Fnatic really starting to move around now. They're
true.
smoked up. They are going to run into Pycat around the trees. The lift comes through, time it up with the Firestorm to stomp as well. A quick, decisive kill on Pycat. So that's the two biggest cores now down.
And that's why you pick Rubik with the Elder Titan. Like, Elder Titan's roaming ability early is directly like affected by the other support he's working with.
Why'd we switch sides, BSJ? Or like Fnatic, like now that the PL's PL's
don't lose faith.
it.
Don't lose faith.
I'm not losing faith. I'm just saying they're doing exactly what we said they need to do to win, and they're doing it perfectly.
Yeah, they are.
That's what you get for being a flip-flopping
That's what you get.
NA fan.
I'm like,
No conviction.
if you guys were a fish, what would you be? I think I'd be tuna.
Tuna.
Look, I'm not that strong, but you know, people still they want to like
Tuna's
eat you like in a can or so. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tuna's solid.
You have value.
Yeah, BSJ, you're like a mackerel.
A mackerel, huh?
a mackerel.
Gods, I'm gonna get. You're like a rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout.
I like it. LD.
Cap Pride.
Trying to think. You're like a swordfish.
A sword.
Swordfish. You know, you're like, you got that. I love the swordfish though.
Are we allowed to rebrand ourselves, or are we stuck with that one?
Nah, you're mackerel.
Okay.
Sorry, you don't get
I'll accept it for what it is.
It could be like a sardine or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, I'll
There
take-
could be
take
worse.
mackerel.
A stinky, nasty crustacean. Yeah. Take what you can get in this life.
Storm still treads wand bottle like it. He may have died one time, but he's not struggling at all.
It's like melee heroes just don't do anything to Storm in terms of shutting down his farm. He just sits up on top of the creep wave, and
And he can
anytime
dodge lances now too.
Yep.
Yeah, despite the death, he's still significantly in the lead as far as CS goes.
Yeah, they picked it as a response to PL. Like, he's aware that it's good.
Oh, look at that synergy there. Stomp setting up a homing missile and PPD.
Is he maxing rocket on Gyro?
No.
Level 1.
Point. Okay,
You like
I
it.
like that. I like that better. I like that so much better. I think it's.
You don't like the max homing
The
missile?
044.
I'm not flaming people who do it. It just doesn't make sense when I play. Like, I'm like, where's my rocket barrage? I want to walk around the map and anyone I run into, kill them.
It doesn't make sense as like PC for you don't like the best.
Yeah.
Dubious, questionable.
Yes.
I don't understand.
It's also
don't get it.
it's terrible against Puck. Like Puck, you'll never hit it on the Puck.
Yeah, she'll just
Storm
shift
is
the
Storm
rocket.
is similar thing. Rangers in general are much more likely to kill it. So it's actually really weak this game. So I think this is a game where you want to just max flat.
Well, I think they want to run in their face too, and even though Rocket's like okay for that, the barrage is just so powerful. Just it's so much damage early game.
Especially against the Wyvern, you know, that one hero gets put under and you just want to blow him up real fast.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, man.
Definitely, like, people pick it in response to Wyvern. I've even seen it like first rounded in response to Wyvern because of that. Being able to kill through Cold Embrace.
Smokes his Storm Spirit to the top lane. CCNC with a haster in here.
Got one level in the pull.
I was a first round pick once upon a time. In dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Second grade.
A little bit ago, but you know, you had that.
That'll always stay with me.
Have you guys ever done?
Be on my
Like,
tombstone.
have you done like dodgeball lately, like adult leagues?
You mentioned this yesterday.
No, but I bet
pretty
I
intense.
bet there's a lot of people get
fun.
injured.
People get angry. People get
Angry
real.
and
I'm like,
injured.
it's such a fun sport, but I mean, I'm a competitive guy. I get angry, but some people like actually like, I'm gonna fight. You just hit me. I'm gonna fight. I'm like, oh god, I can't fight. That's why I'm playing dodgeball.
Indoor soccer is the same thing. I did
That's
that
why
a couple
I'm
years
playing
ago, and
It's the YMCA syndrome, right? Like you think you're the king of the.
Indoor soccer can be a lot more
40-year-olds.
violent than like outdoors, just
yeah.
because of the, you know, it's pretty small. Oftentimes, like you're near the boards, and
yeah.
It's just like why
gotta lay
people
some
talk
fools
crap
out.
when they go play Dota. They just gotta feel superior to somebody. You
Yeah.
know?
But like similar to Dota, when like you have that beef while in the game, but like once you're out of it and you're talking to the
chill.
person,
Oh,
you're
man.
chill.
Yeah.
oh, another successful gank here. It looks like Fnatic just laying OpTic out.
This is exactly what they
very-
need to do. Run at them constantly.
Mild lead though,
But they're
despite all
not
that.
because they're not getting good kills, right? They've killed Peter twice, Saxo once.
They killed Storm and Drow.
Slardar's okay. Slardar's a lot of the pace for.
But look at the
for
net worth. Like Storm is just getting great farm.
The power of the Drow.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely no. It's like this is exactly what Fnatic needs to do, but is it actually enough? Is
Yeah.
the question because they're up 5-0 in kills, but
They're pinging the tower.
I mean, like you said, I think it comes down to those big timings with the gyro and the diffusal blade. That's when Fnatic will have to get farther ahead.
they just have to make sure that the Storm and Drow are not like too farmed at that point.
the Rubik's level 6 already.
Level 4 orb
Goodness.
there. That'll be nice.
This is the dream Drow scenario, though. You just got a Puck and a Storm who are gonna run around the map, like taking the aggressive farm, and you're just gonna chill at your Ancients, you know, just hitting these hitting the creeps. And your job is providing damage from there.
Good rune on Storm. Veil up on. It's crazy. It's only 5-0 right now. It's been a very low-paced game. But top tower did go down to Envy's level 7. I mean, he's got a full drum. He's got a full drum already. All right, cool. And he's probably just waiting for phase boots. He's gonna be really farmed. Yeah. So OpTic doesn't care. They're giving away these early kills as long as those 2 cores are farming.
Yep, that's all. Their timings are all that matter to them. If they get there, I'm pretty sure they win this game. Like Storm does way out carry PL in the grand scheme of it, and Slardar amp is super good against Gyro as the game goes on.
I'm gonna have to talk to CCNC. He didn't attack before he did it, so he only got 1 overload attack out of 2. I'm all about value.
Let him know
that's like Midas efficiency, just watching the guy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Trying to get out of here, but the lip comes through right back into the air splitter.
That was sick.
He's not getting out of there, yeah.
No, sir.
That was well coordinated.
The stolen orb helping DJ get in range.
He's going for what looks like a Crimson Guard on the Underlord.
Seems so. Uh-oh. Talents aren't leaving again. The patch wasn't for it. Got us.
Had to make sure all the skins are...
Just in case, yeah. The particles.
Valve making sure they're not impressed by casters' knowledge of talent. So they're like, we're going to leave them on the screen permanently.
Even those idiots can't screw this up.
Yeah.
Numbers are a little small, hard to read, but...
Imagine if PL had +4 juxtaposed illusion.
Nope.
Usually people take the Phantom Rush.
Yeah.
Well...
That's why I usually don't know about it.
Yeah, +4 juxtaposed illusion sounds...
It's okay.
Versus Medusa, maybe.
Yeah.
There we go.
Trying to make a go here on Ohio. And they will bring him down. Now looking for a follow-up kill.
Size level 11 with the Veil. He actually does so much magic damage right now.
Oh, that crush, almost half his health. DJ just melts. It's the power of the OpTic lamp. I mean, it goes back to what one of you said earlier. Just it's easy to execute. Go for these kills later on.
Drow's is gonna farm. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes like Shadowblade, Hurricane Pike. That's almost always what they go in these kind of games. His job is just not to die.
Especially you can get some solo kills early if you get an early enough Shadowblade on maybe one of the supports or even Gyro. But I guess he went to tanky builds, probably not.
He could do it with like a +1, like in terms of like if he has Gyro or sorry, Slardar Blink or even Puck Coil. Drow's is like a great +1 for ganks, and she's always playing off map, so it's really hard to tell what she's doing.
They get a tower now. OpTic. I mean, it's 6-2, but they have the gold lead. And it feels like a lot like what EG did last game where they just roamed with their 2 supports. It feels like that's what Fnatic's done, but they haven't gotten the right kills in the right lanes. I mean, they're still in a good spot, but CCNC's farming a lot.
They're not that great of an objective lineup, especially when it comes to the towers. That's the other issue. Like OpTic wins a fight, they can just mow a tower down with the Drow.
Thanks, Drow.
Or go for the Roche with the Corrosive Haze.
Their land
Remnant.
shred Roche apart.
We'll never know what he steals anymore. I mean, if he, I don't want to make it click every time, but it's hidden. It's gone. At least you can farm now, push out waves by yourself.
Oh, this puck is so farmed actually.
Yeah, it's crazy that Drow is like it's anything but a 1 position really. Like in these kind of games, it's not even the 2 position. Drow's sitting 3rd, and that's like perfectly okay for OpTic. They don't need more farm on this Drow particularly. Just enabling these other cores is job well done. Yeah,
in the games yesterday, we were talking about Puck falling off because she was against like Nyxes and Tiny, so she couldn't farm the map without being really scared of dying. But this Puck, he can just split push all he wants without, like, the only hero that sets up the kill is Rubik. And so as long as like this Rubik doesn't have a blink, his game's so easy to play on the side of Puck. So you see his net worth just skyrocket, and that sets up for the Drow to have more farm because the Puck's being more aggressive and doing these kind of things.
Big dive forward by OpTic right before the Diffusal Blade timing, and they are going to bring down Eternal Envy. First and foremost, from the rear comes Ohio looking for that flank play on the Underlord as the PL getting turned against his own team. Back into the fray goes Zai, almost bringing down the
I don't think the orb did damage. I think he was still ulted.
It was really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, this is exactly what OpTic wants. The Drow's just chilling, and the other 2 cores are running around. He's going Shadowblade. Just makes it easier to play the hero, otherwise he just dies to whatever.
And like you said, it's not like they have a Slardar who can just, you know, run up, stun, and dust. They have a Rubik and Elder Titan, makes it way harder.
Exactly. They didn't pick like the up-in-your-face hero in the traditional sense of that.
Uh-oh. No mana.
Good pick there on Zai. Stolen Winter's Curse by Mr. DJ.
It feels like both teams are kind of coming online at the same time. It's gonna be interesting to see like if Drought starts coming to fights or not, because they have the Peel Diffusal Blade, and I mean EE's farming fine on the gyro.
I don't think OpTic can like ever fight into them as 5. Like if Fnatic has all their heroes there, or at least a lot of them, a little bit of Miss or Jaunt there, but he like OpTic just wants to play the split game where they do exactly what they did to the gyro, get a clean kill, get out, because that's what Slardar does. He just amps one hero, you kill them very fast, and I mean, fighting into Underlord ET is so scary, especially with the gyro.
And annoying. That's the wear on you like as a team.
Yeah. There's like so much to worry about. There's so many random like on the ground effects that you have to dodge. The root, the gyro ult, the ET, spirit. Just annoying.
OpTic were thinking about jumping Mr. Jackie Mao if he stuck around.
Yeah, that map awareness, he used his ult to farm that creep wave.
And even missed he gave up the 2 range creeps. He didn't get them. He's like, you know, better than a death.
And you know how that hurts MB.
Yeah.
Like,
hurts me to watch.
Just a little piece of him dies.
What he's
I'm right here.
I still that. You remember that clip when Arteezy was ganking him and he denies the creep?
Yeah.
Then kills Envy. Oh, that was
the value.
That was Jackie Mao's saddest Dota moment.
Well, Storm, what is it? 17-minute Bloodstone. Not too bad. He has to go and, well, I guess he has 50 gold. I thought he was going to go clear nuke camp. Just create pressure.
Looks like they're making a move here on mid. Fnatic's still, tier 1's up.
I think he's got sprint on Rubik. Is that why he's running so?
Yeah. He's zooming. Hit the casual bug.
They're going to isolate PPD here. In comes the PL. They'll make very short work of him.
Damn.
And they can look for the tower, but yeah, there's split push happening. Try to TP in the Underlord, stop that. And rejoin his team mid.
Storm was trying so hard there. He's like, I want people to commit down here and defend, and he just doesn't hit hard enough.
Yeah. But, I mean, they get that kill, they don't bring the tower down.
But OpTic's like, as long as they're not losing objectives on OpTic, they just need the room to farm.
Oh my.
Storm comes in, but a good interruption, and now they can turn on the Slardar. The mana burn showing him up. That's the second kill. The stop might find a third. Call down over the Elder Titan split. Damn, side just gets blown up.
Such a good game for that Underlord root.
Oh.
I can't believe they tried to force that fight. Like they've been doing the opposite of that the entire game. They don't have the Slardar blink yet. The Wyvern had just died. They knew Fnatic was 5-man mid, and CCNC just kind of went a little.
I think he got a bit baited by the Drow, like running in and using Gus.
Yeah.
But like Drow was like, I'm just going to throw Gus and run back. CCNC meanwhile thought that meant like the Gus was like, all right, let's go in this PL.
And these are the type of mistakes you see from like the step down from tier 1 teams. And they're still like very good. Like obviously up until that point they hadn't.
What are you trying to say about the best region in the world?
I mean, like, what can I say? You know, they just 3-0'd, so. They're obviously a very good team, and not like flaming them by any means. It's just like that was a little bit sloppy. They had been executing the game plan up until that point, and then kind of just got a little sloppy.
They still get their Bloodstone here for CCNC.
Didn't lose anything at least.
Yeah. So now I want to be a little more careful. Might gonna get charged on Pylite Dive. Quick jump in, follow up comes through. But Underlord with the Crimson Guard trying to go for the save. They seal the Witch's Curse.
Does he get it? Yeah, he gets the charge. All right. Just making sure.
He's gonna die for that one though.
PPD gonna pay.
See, now, those kind of kills are good. 1 kill out. Those are good for OpTic.
1 for 1, but you get the Bloodstone charge.
Yep. It's a very early game gyro.
What do you get? Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Are they gonna try for this Roche?
Firestorm does a lot of damage to Roche.
Yeah, we was talking about it earlier. Sam was talking about how good Firestorm is on Roche.
And PL's not even that bad anymore because he gets all his illusions hitting it.
Alright.
It's gone.
That's big. Deny it to the Storm.
That's a denial. That's a deny Roche more so than anything. That's really important.
That's what everyone was saying. The first Roche is so important for Drowland because it enables you to just, if you do want a 5-man, just take a tier 1 or a tier 2. That's the only way to do it. But without it,
it's going to
luck. Oh, it's been a bit.
To start itemizing for the PL, I guess.
The Ag's Maelstrom isn't quite as good as it used to be because it has like the inner cooldown or whatever, so you can't get 2 Maelstrom procs on 1 attack.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still a way to deal with this PL. I don't necessarily love this though because they have the Storm to deal with PL. So I think he should be more
just like tanking up more.
Yeah, just sort of making sure he doesn't die. Yeah, I mean, if he gets gone on by PL, he will die.
Yeah, it's like 7,000 gold investment just for the Maelstrom plus Axe when you could be getting Hurricane Pike BKB instead.
I'm curious to see if he follows through with that item build.
Yeah, it's one of those, he's just got queued up. He can very quickly change it.
So if you're Fnatic, what are you hoping to get done with this this Aegis? Just take a couple outer towers? Are they on like any sort of timer here?
I think it's a lot of farming. Like if PL's only concern is dying, like to the Slardar plus Storm, and if he can play the map really aggressively, he'll kind of like shut down the farm of OpTic while sparing it. Like you see his top net worth. I think their goal is to just accelerate him, because even though Storm's like pretty good against him late, Storm alone's like not enough damage, and maybe that's why Pycat's like itemizing the way he is. He thinks like the Storm's not enough. So I think they're just gonna use this to get farm, and they're slowing down the timing of OpTic by getting the Aegis.
Fnatic on the smoke.
If they get a smoke gank near like this shrine where they're pinging out, they could definitely go to the tier 2 middle.
Looks like OpTic might be in position to break this depending on which way Fnatic goes. CCNC moves in mid. It's been a bait, but that's just an Aegis. They need to get some kills off of this. CCNC out of mana as the homing missile slowly follows that Slardar, but he's out of there. It looks like. Do they dive Zoxa? That'd be a really long way to go.
Be a tough one.
Yeah. So they just lose the Aegis.
Who's farming that whole time? Just Puck.
I think it's like the right play from Fnatic where you smoke up as 3 or 4 and have the PL alone farming a lane, because I mean, for OpTic, that's such a high-risk play to go for that kill. If those heroes are right behind the PL, they lose at least Slardar, likely the Storm as well. So it's a very risky play for them to go for that kill.
I think they needed to make it though, otherwise like PL would be just farming aggressively, freely all game. So that's exactly like, that Aegis gives him that buffer that allows him to do that. It was a little sloppy because his team was coming, so if he had played a little bit careful, his team would have made it there in time. But at the same time, like he's making it so he's farming as efficiently as possible.
Yeah. He's just not really expecting to get gone on when he's
he's almost like
all your
calling their
teammates
bluff.
are missing from the map. It's like, I'm going to farm in this lane even though I don't have backup because my teammates are all smoked. Like, why would OpTic go on me when we have Aegis and we're smoked up?
That's like when you watch our TZ stream, he's like, how does he just go on me there?
Yeah.
You like the Puck going Shivas over the Storm not getting its second item?
I think Shivas owns PL like so hard that anybody can get it. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's good on either of them though.
But he's gonna get it quick. You were right. When he was farming, he is farming quite a way. But this PL still, I think PL might get too big. Like for a second Roshan.
Once he gets hard, he's really scary.
Yeah.
PL's a hero that like hits the diff, he goes Manta usually, and then the hard after is what makes him really scary.
They find Envy, snap that coil, corrosive haze, and down he goes.
He's just so vulnerable to those ganks as Gyro. There's like no items he'll ever be able to build. Even like BKB, he still gets amped.
Yeah. Got the Manta for the. He's got the Manta queued up at least.
Yeah. The Manta's really important against corrosive haze. You like have to build it. You have to go Manta BKB. Yep. You don't want to pop BKB just because you get amped.
Now they're gonna force push bottom. The tower's at like 300 HP. Should be. I mean, it makes people go back to it, or you just lose all control of your jungle.
Doesn't seem like Fnatic, despite that big fight, the Roche have really been able to convert it into too much. OpTic are still farming freely. The Drow's completely caught up in net worth. The tier 2s are still standing across the board for OpTic, so it feels like an OpTic tempo right now.
Yeah, it seems good for them. The Gyro is kind of behind on farm. He didn't go for the Mask Madness first. He went back for it after the drums. It feels like...
he committed to the X.
Yeah, he completely did. That'll be... All right. I mean, it just helps you farm too. If you just want to keep playing this farm game, you're not winning it per se, but whatever.
Whatever. Excellent.
That was grand analysis, people.
That's what I bring to the table. That was Observer Grant. He was just talking.
Okay. Observer Grant.
But I don't know. As Fnatic, I'm still fine if I'm Fnatic, just because Abed, like you said, once you get the heart, even with you just don't have much to deal with those high damage illusions. I mean, you have the Drow now, but if the PL goes on Drow, you're dead.
So he's not like going anything with the eggs. He's just doing this maybe as a farm steroid, and then maybe late game he'll go like a Mjolnir.
Look at that.
It does make you farm a lot faster, but at the same time, like we said, this PL does become very hard to kill later, and they have so much AoE damage on the side of Fnatic that like they can't commit onto PL. Like they can't just surround him with 4 or 5 heroes and go on him. So they will have a tough time bringing him down. And Storm's forced to go for a BKB because of all those roots.
You're gonna need a BKB sooner or later, but
yeah, having to go second item isn't necessarily
doesn't
like
feel good for your farm.
Yeah, it's not the dream.
But he went to 2 mana regen at 10 with the Bloodstone charges already, so it's not like he needs mana that bad. Some
delicate dance.
Some riveting gameplay.
Yeah, I really like this. I really like this.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
build.
Time to crack open a monster.
Don't worry, already did.
TM already there.
I'll need it to stay awake. Sure, there will be action soon, though, as they look for this jump on Ohio. And they burst it down.
With Corrosive.
Still very tanky. Gets the Crimson out. He goes back in. Our Earth Splitter coming through. Almost gets CC stuff.
Yeah,
with the plate mail, yeah.
I thought it'd be so much squishier with the Corrosive Haze on him, but yeah, plate mail.
Look at how he's itemized. Yeah, he gets the Crimson Guard, the plate mail, and the medallion.
Yeah, that's what you got to do against Slaughter lineup.
This is the give Slaughter the big middle finger.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to understand, like, Slaughter, literally, even though he's a support, he makes the lineup almost commit to the idea of bursting one hero down with Blink Crush, so he understands that, and that's why I like his item build so much. He's not only protecting himself, but he also built the Crimson and, like, possibly into Solar later, so he can protect his teammates, too. Just makes Slaughter's game harder.
Flag.
All caps. He's got the flat cannon attacks now.
Hero levels are super similar right now, though.
This game's definitely any way. It could go either way.
Yep.
It could be a Roche fight. Like, you say that a lot, but this time, I mean, there hasn't been any fighting. Maybe one pickoff here or there, but it's been that one kind of near middle fight, and that's it. It's a real fight.
Feels like both teams just happy for the game to kind of turn into that farming game either. Neither one feels pressured to make the first move right now.
See who cracks under pressure.
OpTic has to keep looking for the pickoffs, and these are the kind of games where they don't fight very often because one team actually just can't. And I think the only fight that actually happened, like, shouldn't have happened. I don't think OpTic should have forced that fight to occur. And you're seeing that everything other than that fight has gone well for them in regards to, like, looking for one kill and then backing off. And at this, yeah, I think one team has, like, the high damage for Roche, and then the other team has, like, I mean, ET is insane around the pit.
Yeah, and Underlord.
And Underlord, too.
Like, what do you do?
Gyro, too. I mean, yeah, they have insane, like, counter Roche with the Fnatic.
Somehow OG just, both teams need aggressive wards, I think. If OG sees magically there's 4 heroes bottom, you just sneak in a Roche. If Fnatic sees there's no one on the map, well, guess what?
Both teams do, like, pretty insane Roche damage because of the Firestorm on the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, I gave him the triple exclamation.
He's ready.
What does that mean, Grant?
Oh, he's ready to play some DOTA.
I need my PPD translation.
He's a little upset they had to pause, but he's ready to get back and play some DOTA.
And he's blaming Envy for this.
Yeah. The fourth exclamation, you don't want to know.
And he also does it while
the third exclamation was for Envy.
Yeah.
It's like when you make a joke about an actual concern you have with somebody. He's like, you know, just being cheery, but he really wants to play some DOTS.
Give him a winky face, you know. Let him know how you really feel.
There might be some anger from him now because he said ready, but Fnatic hasn't. We saw pre-game, yeah.
They didn't even give it a, like, sec, you know.
I mean, he's not even reconnected, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. that might. I guess we didn't notice that. Yeah.
It's ready. A PM ready.
I actually, you know, I assumed he was reconnected. When
I think the reason he's actually mad is the South African casters. Like, will anybody please think of the South African casters? Pycat said, "Let's wait," and nobody waited.
DOTA.
What would be your response? BSJ, you're in Fnatic's shoes. PPD just said that. What's your ult chat response?
I mean, honestly, I never even know how to respond to Peter. He does this in, like, he does this in scrims too. He does it, like, all the time. You literally just, like, I'll usually say something along the line.
Do you respect the tactics? You know,
I honestly think it's hilarious. Like, I don't think, you know, it doesn't come off as, like, BM or, like, immature or anything like that. It comes off as just, like, you know, it's Peter. So
yeah.
Gus knockback on Drow. We saw it last game as well. People have almost always gone the attack speed, haven't they?
I feel like I saw everyone go attack speed, and then I thought, wow, the Gus knockback is kind of interesting.
That's a lot.
But I didn't think it was necessarily that good. And suddenly everyone's going Gus knockback. It's kind of like with the Medusa talent. Like, I saw everyone going attack speed. Now everyone's been going them.
The more hero-specific talents are coming back. Know which one is the biggest for me? The sniper, the headshot one is not this. It's an instant cast assassinate.
Yeah.
People, like, I think they read it wrong at first, and I think
I assumed it was a shorter cooldown because it says minus 1.5 seconds. I'm like, why do I
That's
like
garbage.
I mean, assassinate cooldown is what, like 8 seconds? 10 seconds?
I think it's 10, so it'd be
but,
like 8,
I don't care whether it's 10 or 8 seconds. You know,
I don't have the mana for that.
Yeah, you want to write game changer, but having a zero cast time assassinate, that's awesome.
It's just off the TP.
Yeah, it's like it's TP cancels through BKB is what I thought was it's really good application.
Some people are seeing. I think that's gonna be one just like this. Everyone's just gonna switch to it eventually. The
knockback's
kind of good. Yeah.
Like the Like both the level 20s are viable. I think usually you take the marksmanship, but when you get to level 25, that cooldown reduction is insane.
That's actually way better than precision.
She always builds like Hurricane Pike and Shadow Blades and stuff, and those items with like Shadow Blade has 100% uptime, Hurricane Pike's like 6-second cooldown or 7 seconds.
Cooldown is like,
you always
BKB.
You always think about skills instead of items. A lot of people do. So
yeah, I think that's why Ice Frog thought, oh, 50% cooldown on Drow. That's balanced.
Whatever.
A silence, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Gust.
Aura.
Yeah.
But oh man, Abed does have the Reaver.
Yeah, he's like PL with hard is honestly 5 times stronger than when he.
And you have the gyro on your team, not against you. You're like, all right.
How about that 100% lifesteal talent on Elder Titan?
What's the ignoring the DOTA mana? What is the most broken talent for you guys?
Can I just say the DOTA mana, even though you said not?
No, ignore.
I think 3 flak on gyro right now.
That's actually
3 flak is insanely good.
Yeah.
Like that should be a level 25, I think. Not even 20. Legitimately, I think it should be a level 25.
It used to be level 25.
Yeah.
How many flak was it? It was like
it was 4. It was 4 at level 25.
That's so good.
I'm thinking out of all the talents I picked.
Any other ones? I like the Shadow Rays damage. I don't think that's broken.
I think really overall talents, like for a hero, DK's talents are like the most broken. Like if you have the summary of
strength. Oh
yeah, if you sum up all 4 talents.
The double regen armor one.
Yeah, and then he has damage and attack speed, like all the things that hero doesn't do.
We're back though. All right.
Looks like
Peter was ready and no.
Yep. Thanks, Peter. It's Christmas. We can thank Peter.
I'm grateful for PP.
Oh man. His boots of travel. There's like no, can't really split push versus push now.
Can they kill Ohio? Last time didn't work out so hot, but they get the shots off. Crypticard comes through with the DD. You betcha.
He has no magic resistance. Like he didn't build like the hood pipe like most underlords go for. So
he's overloads too.
It's almost like he's not weak to the normal heroes that he'd be weak to. He's weak to the puck.
And that's also the Storm ulti too. Is the other big thing where a lot of bola and magic damage can come out.
Look at this. I'm surprised CCNC's not threatening the base. Maybe he's a little bit nervous, but no one even rotated down there.
Well, it slows the game down here. Gonna see that PL just Abed keeps on farming, has the Reaver, closing in on the heart you guys mentioned. As they get that heart, is that go time? Are you forcing things? Are you still farming?
I think Roche is go time. So when they have the heart,
Storm balling in. It looks like you have the secret shop. Trying to make a play here. CCNC. Will he find Pi? He will. And all of a sudden up to 18 Bloodstone.
Especially because you go BKB second, like just getting that extra, like the mana regen and stuff, so nice. Let's go Orchid.
Yeah, the Orchid's late and both heroes have Manta, but after PL Mantas and Gyro Mantas, it's very useful to shut them down afterwards.
And that's an even far easier kill on Rubik as well as the Elder Titan now.
So Pycat is going back for the BKB, it looks like. He had just the butterfly queued up before.
He's been farming a little bit slower now, even with that. Like, there's no lanes for him, right? He can't show up in a lane like Puck.
He is off map like 90% of the game. But that's why Drought Puck's actually so good, because Puck naturally takes all the lane aggressive farm, and then Drought wants to be scared because she just dies to anything.
Are we going to see the level 25 Puck, the not 420 gold per minute then? He's going to be like pretty 5 slotted by then.
If it would be a game to do it, it'd be with the Drought.
He's getting BKB. I think he might.
Drought slotted is going to be the one scenario that makes sense.
Can't wait. Machine gun.
It's probably one of the weaker trades.
If he doesn't take it here, you know the talent's like pretty much a no-go ever.
I think we saw a few people take it. Like, I think VP took it kind of as a troll.
Yeah, when it was newly added, I saw a few people just almost like to experiment to see just how good it is. And
they saw how good it was, and they're like, oh.
They saw.
Yeah, Dota is a game of feel.
It is.
To such a big extent.
I will say the PL talent, level 25, like a lot of his talents are a little weaker for his mid-game, but that crit damage is insane. That's a jug crit for people who don't know what that means. It's just like giving you a jug crit on all of your illusions too. So his damage output is, like in the past, you kind of limited on damage output on PL, but now you do a ton.
I guess Doppelgang is what, 10 to 5 second cooldown?
It's 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you get that instead, it's 5 second cooldown.
Yeah, I didn't realize what you're saying. I almost forget that talent exists because the other one's like so good. Yeah.
You're a carry.
That's like a 7th item almost.
It is. It's insane. I mean, that's like insane damage on an illusion hero.
All right, well. PSJ called it. There's the heart, and here's go time for Fnatic with the Roche.
Oh, just right in. Yeah, they're not being alone.
Convenient, but
they're just not scared anymore because
OpTic are in position. Looks like they might want to try and take a fight here.
Oh, but you can't let him die.
Oh, who's in position? That's the real question. Quick stop follow-up slap from Abed and a kill on the Slardar, who has the buyback.
That's right.
Maybe forced to use it. I mean, they might still fight this. We'll see. CCNC is TPing back. Really go for a big Roche steal.
They have Arcane Rune on Storm.
This is a risky play. They get that coil off. The Roche is not that low just yet. Moving in instead on Heroes, diving onto Pycat, who has the BKB. They're going to curse up the PL, but he stays alive just fine with the power. And now Doppelganger is way back. Still half HP. They've blown so much to try and bring him down. Has lost his supporting cast in the Underlord, but still the Lances keep on going. The longer this fight goes, the better for the PL. If they can't burst him, they'll try the Stolen Crush Storm. DJ keeps him alive up to the high ground. Abed on the run, and they get him. CCNC, big kill there, and now everyone starts to fall apart. OpTic cleaning up at the end. It's 4, it's gonna be 5. CCNC, the Bloodstone charge is raining in for the Storm.
Game-winning Arcane Rune.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. He didn't go Kaya. I just realized. I think he's the first Storm I haven't seen no one knock
Ever since they apparently it was giving too much reduction, so people have been like, it's become more situational and not like a core item.
Okay. And now, well, I thought Sock's a dieback. That's the only negative thing. Like, whatever.
Who gives a crap about our Slardar? He has a blink. He's doing his job.
It could be a 5-position Slardar right now for all you care.
What went wrong there? They got the early kill on the Slardar.
The backline, I thought disrupted the backlines way too easily.
I will say I've made this mistake way too many times with like trying to take a Roche with a Storm on the enemy team and not having already like killed a core. It's just like they killed the Slardar, but he bought back, so they effectively didn't kill anybody. So Storm is like,
look at the damn.
You can't take Roche if Storm's
the double siege unit.
Buyback on the PL or the Gyro. This might just be that bottom lane. Looks like they're probably going to grab a Rax here.
Or on the catapults.
Dude, Aura plus
those things hit for like 200 on buildings when they have Aura.
They're gonna clear out the shrines and stuff too with those.
Yeah.
The double catapult timing there was like a bit too perfect. Second Roche, they get in, they get double catapult.
That's like one of those small changes in the patch that you don't think much of, but with Drought, like heroes like Drought, it's a significant difference because they won it in the game earlier, and that 10, like there used to be 40 and now it's 30.
Now they got the tier 3 middle as well, so it wasn't just a full set of racks. That's real rough for a Fnatic. Turns out the heart wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, we called Fnatic.
Yeah, we did call. So. No, we called OpTic.
I mean, sorry, OpTic. That's what I meant.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
That's what I meant.
Promo code Grant.
You guys called both teams.
No, we switched to OpTic. We called OpTic.
No, you switched from OpTic to Fnatic, and then you switched back again to OpTic.
But our final conclusion was OpTic.
I mean, in tennis, you switch sides, right?
I wouldn't call anything about that conclusion final.
At the end of the day, you know, NA region.
NA predictions, NA DOTA.
Look at the top.
NA DOTA is winning right now.
Yeah, the top, like this is what Drow lineups look like
when they're winning.
Look at the cores and then look at the supports. Feels bad, man.
Well, unless you're complexity, then it's the support in the top.
Unless you have Z-Freak, that doesn't apply.
That'd be Moo at the bottom there, getting sacked.
He would have a Mask of Madness on PBD right now.
All right. OpTic gonna smoke up here.
He has a Maelstrom on Storm.
He's got another Arcane Rune.
I like that a lot because Diffusal doesn't purge Mjolnir anymore, so that actually makes the item a lot better on heroes like Storm.
And the attack speed's nice. Especially because he went to 10 2-mana regen or the attack speed.
Yeah, I mean, he's got so many Bloodstone charges too.
Yep.
Is all hope basically lost if you're Fnatic? Is there a way back?
This Storm is so hard to deal with.
And uphill, right? That's the biggest thing. It's hard to push Elder Titan versus
He's got another Arcane Rune though.
Yeah. Still.
It feels like Fnatic can defend their base, but anytime they want to try and push out, it's going to be so difficult because Storm can just pick them apart.
Yeah.
Showing Ohio out in front, and they're going to take that base dive right on him, crush him, smash him down, and finish him off. The BKB's getting popped. They want more. They coil about that as well.
He's already done.
That's a tougher kill.
You don't want to go uphill, dude.
They'll settle for the lower hanging fruit there, but no buyback on the Underlord for a minute.
And they've got all lanes pushing in too, so they don't like have to rush. They got a minute.
Wasn't this game 2K, I think, like 3 minutes ago?
That's Drow lineups, man. That's Drow lineups.
That was like a 15 gold sale.
We said in the draft,
2 towers.
We said in the draft, one mistake by Fnatic, and this game's like pretty hard to play. That's all that was. Though. It was literally one big mistake.
Going in again, feeling it right now. Diving onto the Rubik, blows him up as well. Another Bloodstone charge, 25 and rising. Who will deal with this, man? The curse comes through on the illusion, but
got him.
Nonetheless, can Pycat be punished for this? Storm lunging forward once more, pulls it back in. He'll probably not the one you want to go. This could be an opening. Has OpTic overplayed their hand?
He just died to right click. That's it.
With that, the PL is left alone. One man against the world, silenced and punished. Too much damage.
No buyback.
They buy back on Envy, but no buyback on PL, and that is probably the megas in the game.
Like you talk about, I mean, he doesn't even have Z-Freak's farm, but just Arctic burning with the level 4 Drought Aura. Like, he was just one of the few people right-clicking Envy, and he just died.
That's why I didn't like Gyro against the Slardar. He's like a hero that has no natural way of dealing with Amp. That's why I liked the PL and didn't like the Gyro, because it's once you have one death, you just walk in and like they're not doing anything to you. You're just getting right-clicked and dying.
Well, CCNC, they can definitely keep going.
Yeah, they'll rotate on mid here, try to stick closer to Zai, bring down the ranged, and it looks like they're going up for the second, probably the third melee as they split up a little bit. They're holding that top lane off.
The siege.
That's ridiculous. I didn't know there was no such thing as uphill miss until that last cast, so I'm learning stuff today too. With the Wyvern.
Yeah, learning's good.
Yeah.
Well, still they're trying. No PL 25. They're really trying. Just defend it. Once Mega's come out, they have nothing to deal with Mega. I mean, you have flat cannon, but the cooldown's too long now.
It's not late enough in the game, like for Gyro to have enough items to be upgraded.
Come on, uphills.
Good two-hero crush. Coil coming through. The follow-ups there. CCNC moves forward, trying to finish off Fnatic here. This would be the 4th game in the group, and OpTic claim it. They need one of the next 2 games, and they will finish first and be guaranteed a slot on the final bracket.
Sorry, BSJ, did you like that EE went the damage instead of the HP at level 10? Like, he's not even over 2,000 at 35 minutes in. That seems a little bit odd.
Yeah, that's like, I've seen people do both. I think I would have liked to help this game, because like PL was going to be the late game damage. Yeah. And like they already had enough mid-game damage with all their heroes. I don't know. Like I said, I think their lineup was just harder to play. I think both teams could easily won.